Welcome back to my channel. My name is Norma Baliwe, and this video is going to be totally different. Like, this is the first time I'm going to do a chit chat. Get ready with me, and get ready with me to go nowhere because it's already past 6. So I wanted to do a chit chat about things I've thought about that I've been reflecting this past year, and I was like, since it's a personal video, let me try a chit chat. Get ready with me, like, because it's just fun as somebody's doing makeup. But as I was thinking about it, like maybe last week, I was like, am I sure that I really want to? Because the kind of makeup I used to do is like very sheer, very clean girl makeup, and I'm like, will people want to watch it? Will I be alienating a lot of people? Will people be interested? I don't know. Will it be like distracting? Like, okay, I'm doing makeup and talking. Hopefully, will it be distracting for me? Because will I be able to like talk as I'm doing makeup? But I also wanted to like try it. If this video does not turn out well, I'll try to record it again. Hopefully I'll have time to edit it for my birthday. So it is 27th of January, and I'm going to post this on 31st. That's my birthday, and I'm going to turn 22. And I just want to share my thoughts, things that I've thought about, like about 22, the future, about the past, everything. Just like I don't know how to title it, but it's just going to be because of my birthday that's coming. I just want to share this video. So the first thing that we're going to do is just like do the makeup. I don't know if I'm not going to like be able to like, oh, this is the products I'm using, because they're not like special brands. They're like, oh, I just went to shop and I saw it and I'm like, okay, this is my shade and I bought it. So it's not like, oh, I'm recommending makeup products for you to use. The first thing we're going to talk about is my age. So 22 years old. And sometimes I'm like, hey, 22 is like anti-age. And you're like, hey, am I really there yet? Like, sometimes you feel like a child, and sometimes you're like, okay, no, most times I feel like a child. Then other times I'm like, hey, this is my 22. I'm not sure that I'm really 22 because I feel like 16 inside my body. And sometimes I just see people online and like 22-year-old, 23-year-old, 21, 19, and like they're doing things, and I'm like, you people are adults, so me, I don't know what I'm doing in my life. But just like a fleeting, like everybody has different. People finish university very early. Some people did not go to university. Some people are just like, but I just remember like when I was like younger, 22 was like you're a big person, like as well. Now I'm like, oh, I have to go and be giving younger people money, because at that time I was expecting that from 22 years. Like, if you're 22 in my life and I was 11, like I'm expecting money from you. So even though I'm broke, nobody should be looking at me and be like, okay, Norma, you're 22, come and be giving money. Auntie Norma, I'm like, I don't have money. So that's what had been on my mind, like the age. I'm like, am I sure I'm not feeling the 22 age, like, do you grab? So that's what has been on my mind, like 22. And I'm in 400 level. And at this point in my life, like, obviously everybody has like times when they are thinking about their careers, like, okay, they just have like maybe, oh, do I want to do this? Do I want to do this when I get out of school? So I'm at that point in my life where I'm like it just comes up very often, and I'm like, okay, do I really want to do this? What do I want to do? Like, because it's getting very close. Especially like people that were in high school with me, they are entering NYSC, they are finishing NYSC, they are graduating, and like they have started working, and I'm like, now make up your mind now before it is too late. Not like too late, but like just like have an idea of where you're going to, because that has been coming. Especially people that are doing 4-year courses that are like finished school, and people that do not have like strike, so like they are done. And I'm like, my mind is not ready for working, career, all those kind of things. So I just think about like, okay, what kind of lawyer do I want to be? Do I want to be a corporate lawyer? Do I want to be this kind of lawyer? I don't want to do litigation. Like, just things that have been on my mind. I'm like, it's time to start actively thinking about it. So, you know, okay, this skill that I want to learn, like, is it going to be good for me? Even if I don't want to go like the legal route, like, okay, what else can I do? Do you understand? So I'm like, okay, anytime I see internship positions, like, I've always been interested in film, and I'm like, it's just like sometimes I just have this dichotomy of like, even since maybe I was primary school, like, I just want to do a lot of things. So I know in my primary school yearbook, I wrote that, oh, I wanted to be a lawyer / book publisher. I know in secondary school yearbook, so I was let's be a lawyer / author, something like that. And like, I see the perks of being a lawyer. Like, I want to be like just like something that I want to do. But I'm just like, I also want to do other things. Do you grab? And sometimes it's just like these two things. Will I have time for the both of them? Do you understand? So I want to be a lawyer, I want to be an author. I have YouTube that I also want to like grow, and different things. I'm like, if I eventually choose one, which one is it going to be? And can I do everything at the same time? I'm looking at the mirror so that I can draw my brows. Like, let me see if I can let me see if I can draw it here. So I'm just like, I'm at that point in my life where once a week or very often I just like, okay, do I want to do this? And I keep on changing my mind. This is why I get ready with me. I cannot even like really do it. But I keep on changing my mind. And I know that okay, no matter when you get to that point in your life, like you'll cross it. But I'm just like, there are people that were with me in this like group, like high school people that were like already at that stage. So why can't I start thinking about it now? So I think that's what has been on my mind lately. Like okay, law, YouTube, writing, what else? Like other things. There are other things. If I can say, okay, if I want to be like a creative director, if I want to be, all these different things that are not particularly in line with what I want, but like they can lead me to that line. I don't know if you get. So creative directors, people that work in the movie industry, all those kind of things. I'm just like been thinking about like if I wanted to intern, like so all those kind of things like the future. So that I've been thinking about lately. Then apart from like okay, the people that are in NYS, like, sometimes I'm just like, oh, I can't wait until I'm done with university. I can't wait till after law school. I can't wait till after NYSC. I'm like, no ma, I thought you said that you will stop this. I can't wait. When you say I can't wait till I leave secondary school, or I can't wait until I leave 100 level. Like you keep on postponing your life. And I'm like, stop doing that. Like just like try to like sit down with myself. Like okay, why can't you wait? What's the reason that you cannot wait? And I'm like, okay, this school classes is holding me back. It's just keeping me from doing the things I want to do. Like I have time to like, I don't have time to dedicate to the things that I actually want to do. But like, but you can make time. Do you guys like, I can't wait. Because I remember like in secondary school, I can't wait until I'm in SS2. I can't wait until SS3. I can't wait until I'm in university. And what else, like, what did I do? And I'm like, I can't wait until I finish university. Like, do things that you can do outside university. Do it in university. Do you guys? So anytime I'm just like, oh, I can't wait until I finish university. I'm tired of class. I'm just like, no, ma, sit down. Like, there are things that you want to do with yourself. I remember that in 100 level, I was like, oh, I think there are so many things that I could have done in high school. Like, they're just regrets. Not particularly regrets, but like, I just kept on, I can't wait until I enter university. Like, so I just kept on postponing myself. So I was like, in university, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make the most of my time and do the things that I want to do. So I'm like, now that anytime that thing comes up, like, oh, I can't wait until I leave university. It's just like, no ma, make the most of university time because you're not going to have it again. So that has been on my mind as well. I'm turning 22. So anytime I'm like, oh, I can't wait. I don't think I really rushed to, oh, I can't wait until I'm 23. It's just the period I am in my life. Like, oh, I can't wait until after university. So I can't just say, oh. So I don't say, oh, I can't wait until I'm 24, 25. I'm like, where am I rushing to? Because there's nowhere to go. You grab. Then another thing is that, when you were 15 and you forget to wash plates or something like that, and your parents are like, your mates are already married, oh, do this, like why are you behaving like this? And you're 15, you're like, I beg, I don't know where you're thinking I am, whether I'm in 19th century. So you're like, oh, I'm 15, like my mates are not married. Then you're getting to the age at 22, like, your mates are already married. Like some of them are like, not everybody, but like a few people are 22 already married. Like, so if your parents start to say that, you're like, okay, like, that's actually true. So you need to sit up and become more adultish. If you get, that's like, you just want to sit up because like, okay, you need to be an adult because some people that are 22 are already raising children, and anytime your parents say that now, just know that still is actually true. Then on the topic of marriage, like, okay, you people, I don't have any friend that's getting married anytime soon or anything. So if you are my friend, get married, please, yeah, come and invite me for wedding day celebration. I will not eat plenty food, so that's it. Because sometimes me and my friends like, okay, we just sit there like, who do you think is going to get married first, like among our friendship group? And we're like, okay, we mentioned this person. Then this person is probably going to be last. That kind of thing. So there's nobody that seems like, okay, immediately after graduation, is going to get married. So please invite me. I want to be bridesmaid for somebody. So that is it. Then also 22. I don't know, when I was in secondary school, Then also on the issue of like getting married, I really like to the love of life, obviously. Then I remember like secondary school, university testing, like by the time I'm 22, 23, I don't know what I used to think, but like I was like at this point in my life, like I'll probably have a boyfriend, or at least have had a boyfriend once. Now I'm 22 and I'm like, okay, that does not even seem like it's going to happen anytime soon because there's nobody in my radar, and I'm just a very picky person. So I remember like, oh, when I'm 20, no, okay, I don't just have a particular age, but just imagine, okay, by the time I'm in my 20s, I would have at least been in a relationship once. And now, 22, 20, like, it does not even seem very near, if you get. So, that is another thing, Sha. So, number 22, then you now see YouTube polls. Oh, when did you have your first relationship? And I've been seeing 13 years old, like, you know what? I'm not those kind of people that like it will be pressuring, like, oh, okay, that I want to have a boyfriend by the time I leave university or by the time I'm 26. Like, it's not about them, it's about me. Like, do I like you? Have I seen somebody that I want to say, like, okay, that, because I think a relationship is good to be like a partnership, like, as well. Do I want this person, like that? This person potentially is this somebody that I want to be with, to talk about my things with, like my interest, my everything. So at times I'm like, it does not seem like anytime close. So anytime people are talking about something, like, so it's not something that used to bother me, but just sometimes it just be on my mind. I'm like, it's like there's no there's no rush, because I remember one time I was telling my friend, and you're like, there was this potential boy. I was like, not as if it was particularly like a person that I was going to be interested in. I'm just like, even if I was interested in you, you're going to slow me down. I don't know if you get, like, a relationship is not even part of my plans, at least in 22. Like, so that's not even an issue for me. So I remember when people in movies, when I was like 15, 16, and they say the girls or the people, they are afraid of relationship because, like, oh, you know, all these planned people, all these perfectionists. The lady is very put together. She's busy. She's like, she has a plan for her life and everything, and she does not want to have a man because, oh, it's not in the books. So it's just like, oh, this person is just a perfectionist. Like, oh, God, I can't sit down. God, like, you can balance it, but now I'm just like, in that shit. I'm like, a boyfriend stuff is not even going to be something that I want right now. So at 22, maybe, but 21 was not. I was not thinking about it at all. Then also, you know how, like, okay, when you were 15, you called boys boys. When you were 18, you called boys boys. At 22, I'm calling my fellow 22-year-old men boys. Like, I never called them men. I don't know why. Like, in my mind, like, oh, these boys. Like, if I'm talking about my class boys, boys. If I'm talking about like people my age, I'm like boys. Maybe even with girls, I'm just like girls. I don't see them. So sometimes I just like have to remind myself, like, women, men. Even though sometimes you're like, are you sure you are 20 something? Because you are looking like a 17-year-old person in my eye. G-grab. So I'm just like, sometimes when I see, like, if I see someone like a fine boy outside, I'm like, oh, I just tell my friend, like, oh, I saw one fine boy. Like, this person is not a boy, it's a man. So I was like, it was funny to me, I don't know. At 22, you're just like an in-between. Like, okay, you're not sure they're boys. They're not boys, but like, the way, you know, I feel 17 in my mind. You know, I feel like 17 in my mind. So technically, they are boys, because in my mind I feel like a girl. So anytime I just see boys, I'm like, boys, they're not men yet. So that's it. So what else do I have to talk about 22? I just feel like, oh, I just have this, no particular pressure, but like, I just like, you're 22, like, even though I know, even adults, like, nobody has everything figured out together. Do you understand? So I'm just like, at 20, I'm like, at least be a little bit more responsible. I want to like build routines for myself and just do things that I feel like a 22-year-old should be able to do. Even though I know that 22-year-olds are not, they're not perfect. Like, just because you have hit your 20s doesn't mean that, oh, everything is going to work out for you. Like, as far as you know how to do everything, you know how to balance yourself, you know how to save money, all those things. So that's it. That's like trying to like be more responsible, like, as well, you know, because my mates are getting yeah, so sharp. So I'm just like, same time like thinking of, oh, my age, and I'm like, how do all these children see me? Like, how do people like that are like 9-year-olds see me? Because I remember like when I was a Sunday school teacher, like all the children I used to teach, like, oh, Auntie Nama, Auntie Nama. At that time I was like 19, 20, and I'm like, I don't know how you see me, but I'm not an adult. So I'm just like, how do these children see me? Like, if somebody sees me, especially like, let's say, like when I remember when I was in 100 level, and I see like a 400 level, 500 level student, I'm like, like, you are a big auntie. Oh. I wonder if like this 100 level, even though some people would be thinking like, oh, you're a fresher or something, but like if people find out that I am 400 level, like, how do they see me? Because I don't feel particularly old. Trust the process. So I don't feel particularly old. And I'm like, how do these people see me? Because they'll be calling me Auntie Norma, like all these children like in Sunday school like class, like Auntie Norma. Like, I don't know, I don't feel like an auntie. Do you understand? Then they'll be like, obviously, even when you're older, like people will be looking up to you. So you'll be seeing all these like 9-year-olds and like they're watching you. Even though you don't want to admit it, like they are looking at you. So you just want to like be a good role model. Like, so if anybody's like getting on your nerves or is having like issues, you want to talk like an adult will talk. Do you understand? So that's something. Then at 22, I'm getting comfortable on camera, even though that's not like a 22-year-old thing. Like everybody 22 used to do that, but I'm just getting very comfortable on camera. And it's not a 22-year-old thing, no. I just decided to mention it because sometimes I just realize how easily I talk to cameras now. And anytime I just see my old videos, like my first, maybe even to like first 20 videos, safe, like or 30, safe, I just used to be very conscious of the fact that there's a camera in front of me when I'm recording my YouTube videos. And now I'm not really that conscious. Okay, sometimes like when you first start your YouTube video, like you don't have the energy that you want to have, so like you're very mellow. So some people might not like that low energy in the beginning, but by the time like you continue talking 15 minutes in and you're getting used to it, like okay. So I think I'm much more comfortable on camera. And sometimes I'm like, oh, should I go and delete those videos? Because I was very stiff. And everybody says, like, when you want to start a YouTube channel, all these people that teach all these YouTube things, like, okay, like, it's a skill. But you just think, like, when you notice that you're very stiff on camera, like, is this how I'm going to be for the rest of my life? But just know that by the time you finish building that skill of talking on camera, it's not that big an issue. I don't know if you get. I'm trying to focus, so my thoughts are not very coherent. So, speaking on camera, getting more comfortable, and I understand like how people want to private the videos that they made 10 years ago because they have grown and they are embarrassed. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to delete the video because I just want other people to like see, like, even though it's embarrassing, like I just was like, hey, you guys, welcome back to my channel. I don't know anything, sha. So I'm just like, oh, why was I know why I was like that, but I'm just like, it's not an issue for me again. So hopefully any other thing that I'm struggling with, content creation wise or generally life wise, like you just get better the more you practice. So I don't know if that's all that I wanted to talk about. So I look like what do I look like? And I remember like there's so many things that I have learned in my decades, my 2 decades and years on earth. Because I remember like when something happens, like let's say somebody does maybe me bad, I just think that okay, like this is your personality, you cannot change. Because I used to be like, if somebody does something like and I see them 10 years down the line, I feel like you have not changed. Like, because you are the same. Do you understand? Like, I feel like you're the same person that did that thing. Like, it's not possible for it to change. But now, like, there are so many things I had opinions on that I have changed my mind about. Like, I've changed my mind. I've changed my attitude towards certain things. And I realized, okay, even if you're a murderer when you're 19 or 13, I don't know how old you are. Like, even though you were like very terrible, it's possible that you could have changed. Because sometimes I was like, I have changed, not particularly so much, but like there are issues that 13-year-old me and 21-year-old me would have argued upon, because we had different opinions on things. So then also, like, I don't know, sometimes I know what I want to do with myself. Like, okay, I know that at the moment, like, I know the things that are important to me. But sometimes when I see, just like, all these things are like very fleeting. Like, not as if like I just dwell on them. But like, let's say if I see somebody that is like very successful at doing what they are doing, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I'm not jealous. It's just like, because I know like, oh, this is not important to me. But I know that we are on the same path. So it's just like, I'm like, oh, am I making a mistake? Like, this writing thing, like, I am very serious about it. So when I see somebody doing something that is like very, maybe like in law now, like law related, and I'm like, oh, that's good, like good for you, like obviously good for you, but I don't want that thing that you have. Like, girl, like, you have something good going off for you, and I know that I don't want it. Like, it's not important to me. But after I'm like, oh my god, like, she did it. I just have this like, oh no, like, if you were not serious about this writing thing, you could be serious with law. You could do something with yourself, that kind of thing. But I'm like, it just happened like for a few seconds, like in that moment, and I'm like, I don't want this thing. Like, do you understand? I don't want this thing. So why am I feeling like writing is a, because you know how law is, like, law is a very professional, I don't know if that's the right word, like, that's a very specialist, I don't know the word, but you get, like, law is a very, people go places from law. You see people that were like judges, you see very good lawyers, you see maybe politicians because of their law degree, and I don't want those things to go up. So when I see people like succeeding, trust the process. So when I see people like succeeding, and it is not like what I want, I'm like, okay, good for you. Like, this is what something like I want. I don't want this, but not like sometimes like, no man, you see you like we are focusing on writing. Like, see, like what is writing? Like, are you a child? Do you grab like you're focusing on storybook? What's that? So I just have like this moment of doubt, like, what if this my writing does not work out? To grab. Then at 22, so there's like the issue of time. Like, you know how they say, oh, you sleep like how many, like 1/3 of your life, something like that. I'm like, I'm trying not to spend a lot of my time sleeping, because I am the kind of person that I cannot function on less than 9 hours of sleep. I don't know. So I'm like trying to train myself to be sleeping 7 hours or less. And I'm like, it's not working. It's not working, because like I know the things I want to do, and if I say like time is not enough to grab. So this January, like, I've been like sleeping for like less than my 9 hours. Like by 12, I am so tired. I'm like, Mama, are you sure you can do this? But like, there's no other way to do it, to grab. Like, there's YouTube, there's writing, there's other things. I'm like, do I really want? Because like 22, very soon. Like, they say, let me not talk about mortality and but like, just like trying to balance my time well. I think those are the things that were on my mind at 21. I don't see any other thing. So just like, oh, I'm 22. Yeah, the whole gist of this thing is like, oh, I don't feel 22. I don't feel quite ready to be an adult. All that. So I hope you liked the video. I hope you liked this get ready with me. Even though like I was looking at the mirror throughout, and I'm like facing here. And I'm like, I hope you like Tisha, because I wanted to do, because most people do like this get ready with me is like when they're talking about personal subjects or personal topics. I'm like, okay, let me try this. And if it flops, I cannot record it because I don't have time for that. So hopefully it's okay. Hopefully you have reached here. If you have reached here, please, I will leave an emoji for you to put there, sha. So a flower emoji. So I think that's all. I think this is going to be like a very consistent thing. Like, okay, I've done a 22nd birthday chit chat. I'll do 23, 24 by God's grace until like I'm like 103. 103. Maybe my grandchildren will be helping me record, and maybe we'll be doing something else. I'm there to do like a nail, like my birthday nails. Like I don't have, you know this one. I don't have nails on now, so I wanted to do like one for my birthday. But I just say like nails is going to be very noisy. Like after I'm going to be filing, it's just going to be a very noisy process, and I'm going to interfere with the microphone. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button. If you have not subscribed, subscribe, because like I have, especially if like you're my target audience, like authors, creatives, general, like people that have things that they want to do like outside of their degree, even if it's in conjunction with your degree. So far you have something that is like outside the degree, like I think you're going to be like very welcome here, because even though I'm not quite there like, yet, I'm just like documenting my process, documenting my journey, but like eventually it's going to be a very very good place for you. So please subscribe and like this video. So till next time.